Hi, and welcome to section 3 of the course entitled Rapid Web Application Development with TypeScript2. In this section, we will incorporate libraries written in JavaScript inside our TypeScript project and still leverage TypeScript strongly types with definition files. In this section, we will see what is a definition file and how to add definition file in our solution. We will reference a third-party library and use it as a module, as well as referencing a third party by having this one omnipresent without having to import it in every files. In this first video of this section, we will see what is TypeScript's definition file and how we use it with a third-party library written in JavaScript. In this video, we will see what is a definition file. We will explore TSD, which is an older way to get definition file, as well as typing to finally touch @types, which is the current way to fetch definition file. A definition file allows to use JavaScript's library with the power of having types. Without definition files, you cannot know what is the type of each function parameters or return. However, definition files shim into TypeScript to allow TypeScript to read the type from the definition files. Definition files are not brought into deployment because it doesn't contain any code. Definition file can be generated from your project if you need to export it into JavaScript with the definition files to have others to use it, or it can be generated manually. The latter solution is the case of every JavaScript library is written without TypeScript. The creation of a definition file consists to create a file with the extension d.ts that contains every JavaScript function but with a TypeScript syntax that has types. From there, the creator of the definition file needs to allow to export it for people to consume it. At this moment, there's 3 ways that we will see. TSD is a TypeScript definition manager for definitely typed that is deprecated by the 2 next ways that we will see to get definition file. The reason it's deprecated, it has some flaws. One problem is that TSD is relying on ambient module, which make everything in the global scope. The problem with ambient module is that it can cause duplicated identifier and may force the user to have to uninstall the previous version to have the newest one, which can be problematic with dependencies that may use another versions. This brings us to the next problem, versioning, which means that you can only have a single version with TSD. The last problem is the central repository of definition files, which means that a pull request needs to be accepted from another branch to get a new definition from another library. This can take some time to get approved and slow down the whole process. We won't go more in detail since TSD is the old way prior to TypeScript2. When using typings, you have a typing.json file that contains which definition files to use, as well as which version. When running the command line typings, it will download all definition files into a single folder and use an index file, which will have reference to all other definition files. It doesn't use ambient, but leverage the module capability of TypeScript instead. It doesn't have a central repository, which means it's faster to get a definition file in types than TSD. However, this method is not preferred one since TypeScript2, but was the way between TSD and the next one called @types. This third method is often called @types and not just types, because how we're going to use it. It uses the npm package, and to get a definition file, you just need to run npm install @types / the library name. It keeps the advantage to be not dependent of a central repository, which helps to be fast and remove the need to have any additional tool. This is something different from typings, which we're requiring to use the typings. It also doesn't use another folder for packages, but it uses the node modules, like any other modules. Another difference is that @types support export as namespace, which is supported natively by TypeScript2. You can or not have an entry inside tsconfig to specify which types to include. If not mentioned, it includes every @types from the node module.